Hi everyone, welcome back to the series Learning Chinese Characters Through Pictograph. I'm Jayee, and today we are going to learn about the Chinese character for the door. It is pronounced as men in Chinese. Men. The writing looks quite like how door is pictured, so let's have a look at how it got transformed over time. When the ancient people in China observed the door, they drew it like this. And you can imagine as if the windows went upward to pick on who's outside the door. It then got simplified to the word men we are seeing today. Here's how you write men. You start with a dot, then a line at the left from top to bottom, lastly a short line from left to right and go all the way down with a tick at the end. That is an interesting description to help you remember this word. People think that the dot as a keyhole for you to put in your key and the mini tick at the end as a stopper for the door. To repeat this, start with a dot representing your keyhole and a straight line at the left, and lastly a line from left to right and go all the way to the bottom and put a small tick at the end to stop the door. Today I'm going to share with you a story about the poor man and the rich man. It is not really related to the word men, meaning the door, that we learned today, but I thought it would be interesting to share with you this story. In ancient times, when the Lord himself still used to walk about on the earth amongst men, it once happened that he was so tired and overtaken by the darkness before he could reach a hotel. Now there stood on the road before him was two houses facing each other. One very large and beautiful, and another is very small for the poor man. Then he thought, I shall be no burden to the rich man. I will just stay with him tonight. When the rich man heard someone's knocking the door, he opened his window and asked the stranger what he wanted. The Lord answered, I only asked for a night's lodging. Then the rich man looked at the Lord, who was wearing common clothes and did not look like someone who had much money in his pocket. So he shook his head and said, No, I cannot take you in. Go somewhere else for a lodging. He then turned his back on the rich man and went across to the small house and knocked. He had hardly done so when the poor man opened the little door and just asked him to come in. Pass the night with me. It is already very dark and cold. So the Lord went into the poor man's house. The poor man and his wife treated the Lord very well. They had not much to offer him, but what they had, they would give him with all their hearts. The next morning, after they had breakfast, the Lord told the poor man, As you are so kind and good, you may wish for 3 things for yourselves, and I will grant them. Then the man said, What else should I wish for but always be happy? And the 2 of us can stay as long as we live, to be healthy and have happiness every day. For the 3rd wish, I do not know what to have. And the Lord said, Would you wish to have a new house instead of this old one? Oh yes, said the man. If I can have that too, I should like it very much. So the Lord fulfilled his wish and changed their old house into a new one. There's actually a second part for this story where the rich man went to find the Lord and tried to please him in order to get wishes from him. I will share this with you in our next episode, so stay tuned. Today we learned about the word men, meaning the door. And from the story, while the rich man shut his door and not being kind to help someone who is in need, it actually opened up a door for the poor man to offer his kindness. While he didn't anticipate that he would get something back, but his kindness made him and his wife live happily ever after. So here is how you write men, men, and feel free to practice this word, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.